Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. On behalf of the boards of management of Ardskol and St. Munchin's College, the teaching staff of both schools and the principals, I welcome you here to St. Munchin's College for this evening's production of the Hot Mikado by our two transition year groups. There's a lot of credit due to the boys and girls involved for the amount of work that has gone in over the last number of weeks, and I hope that you enjoy this evening's production. I would also like to pay particular thanks to Miss Cecilia Madden from Ardskol, the musical director, to Therese Maher, our producer, to Mr. Brian O'Donoghue, transition year coordinator in St. Munchin's College, and to Miss Marie Barry, who is the art teacher here, who's been responsible for the sets that you see on stage. To everyone involved, thank you very much for your time, for your support, and for your effort. To all of the students involved, I wish them luck this evening, and I hope that they have enjoyed all the time that they have put into this production, which you certainly will see over the next 2 hours or so. Thank you very much, and enjoy this evening's production.
If you want to know who we are gentlemen of Japan. Play trombone or jazz guitar. Come on, join our own big band. Our dance is so adept. We're sweet with every step. We're always so cool and hip. Sweet up and do that.
Shoo-be-doo-wow.
If you think we'll work by strings, like some Japanese marionette, you don't understand these things. It is simply quite etiquette. We're living our life in song. We keep it up all day long. We want you to sing along. We do. Sweet up and bada. Tip, 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 tip and bada. We want you to sing along. If you want to know who we are, if you want to know who we are gentlemen of Japan. Yeah.
Hey, fellas, do you know where I can find a girl called Yum Yum? She's the ward of a tailor named Coco.
Why? Who are you? Who wants to know?
Who am I? Well, I'll tell you. A wandering minstrel I, a thing of shreds and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullaby. My catalog is long, through every passion raging, and to your humors changing, I tune my supple song. I tune my supple song. If you try at love and always fail, I'll sigh with you. Oh, listen to me, baby, oh, baby. Does your heart sing out a lonely wail? I'll do so too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, patriotic sentiment is wanted. Patriotic ballads cut and tried, for where our country's banner may be planted, all other local banners are to fight. Our warriors in marching ranks assembled never quail or they conceal it if they do. And I should not be surprised if nations tremble before the mighty troops of Tlili Poo.
We should not be surprised if nations tremble with the mighty troops of Tlili Poo. I'm wandering this
I'm wandering, ballad songs and snatches, and creamy passion raging, your humor's changing.
I tune my song.
I tune my soul. Yo, Rob, hold my brass, brother.
So, what's your business with Yum Yum? Yeah, fill us in, man.
A year ago, I was a member of a Tlili Poo big band.
Not playing the trumpet, I hope.
No, I took the cap around for contributions. When I saw Yum Yum, it was love at first sight, but hopeless because she was engaged to marry her old guardian, Coco. A month ago, I heard Coco was condemned to death for flirting, so I rushed back to marry my Yum Yum.
Coco was condemned, but at the last minute, we saved him.
And appointed him Lord High Executioner of Tlili Poo.
But why would you do that?
When our great Mikado made flirting punishable by death, we knew we were in trouble. So the night before Coco was to be beheaded for flirting, we freed him and made him Lord High Executioner.
Why would you do that?
Now, if any of us are caught flirting, Coco can't execute us without hiding himself first.
But Lord High Executioner is the highest rank in all of Tlili Poo.
Our Mikado sees no difference between the judge who condemns a gangster to die and the headsman who lops off his head. So not every judge is his own executioner.
Thanks. And you are?
I'm Pooh Bah, the coolest cat in all of Tlili Poo. When all the officers of state resigned at once because they refused to work under the uncool Coco, I was the only one cool enough to take all their jobs.
Took over all their salaries too.
So Coco is Lord High Executioner?
He is.
And you are?
Lord High, everything else.
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
I also sell state secrets at a very low figure. If you want to know anything more about Yum Yum, that would come under the heading of a state secret.
Will this do?
For now. Now let me see about Yum Yum. Now listen, kid, the news ain't great, for in the end you've come too late. Today's the day we celebrate the wedding of our executioner. This very day from school, yum yum, we'll wend away and homeward come, with a beat of drum and a rum-tum-tum, to wed the Lord High Executioner. And the drums will crash and the trumpets spray, and they'll cut a dash on their wedding day.
Wedding day?
She'll toddle away as all of her with the Lord High Executioner. And the drums will crash and the trumpets spray, and they'll cut a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as all of her with the Lord High Executioner. They vow the pact extremely soon.
Yes, sir.
In point of fact, this afternoon.
This afternoon?
Her honeymoon with that buffoon starts after she's a processioner.
Wait, Yum Yum's getting married?
And the drums will crash and the trumpets spray, and they'll cut a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as all of her with the Lord High Executioner. And the drums will crash and the trumpets spray, and they'll cut a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner. Executioner.
Come on.
Executioner.
Getting married?
Executioner.
Mr. Bah.
And the drums will crash and the trumpets spray, and the drums will crash.
Quiet! You mean to tell me I've been on the road for a month just to find out that the girl I love is getting married?
That's right, baby.
Hey guys, it's coming.
Now Coco will be here in a minute, so he'll fill you in himself.
I've got to find Yum Yum and talk to her first.
All right, suit yourself.
Behold the Lord High Executioner, a personage of noble rank and title, a dignified and potent officer, whose functions are particularly vital.
Defer to the Lord High Executioner.
Defer to the noble Lord,
To the noble Lord.
to the Lord High Executioner.
Taken from a county jail by a set of curious chances, liberated then on bail, on my own recognizances, lifted up so all regale, given weekly allowances to a height that few can scale, say by long and weary dances, surely never had a male under such like circumstances, so adventurous a tale, which might rank with the most romances, taken from the county jail by a set of curious chances, surely never had a male so adventurous a tale.
To the Lord High Executioner.
To the noble Lord,
To the noble Lord.
High Executioner. Down to the Lord High Executioner. Deeper, deeper.
To the noble High
Executioner.
Gentlemen, I'm very touched by this reception. If I should be called upon to act professionally, I would find no difficulty in a person whose loss will be at a distinct gain to society at large.
I'm fine.
As someday it should happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might well be underground. They never would be missed, they never would be missed. There's the devotees of movie stars who write for autographs, all people who have flabby hands and irritating laughs. Name, please. All children who play instruments but always play them flat. I hate that. All persons who, in shaking hands, shake hands with you like that. See what I mean? Hurts, doesn't it? They grab on, they hold on, they squeeze, they never let go. It's unforgivable. And Billy Sunday, Reverend Dyke, and all revivalists, they'll none of them be missed.
Amen.
They'll none of them be missed.
He's got him on the list, he's got him on the list, and they'll none of them be missed, they'll none of them be missed.
There's the ragtime serenader and the others of his race, the piano organist. I've got him on the list. There's the people who eat peppermint and puff it in your face. They never would be missed. They never would be missed. There's the woman on the party line who's always on the phone. The recluse who, like Garbo, simply wants to be alone. The Bobby Sox fanatics who, when Frank Sinatra's heard, will faint and shriek and gurgle so you cannot hear a word. The singular absurdity, the swing time pianist. I don't think he'll be missed. I've got him on the list.
He's got him on the list, he's got him on the list, and none of them be missed, I'm sure he'll not be missed.
There's the liberal excess of Franklin Delano and wife, that avid nudie list, I've got her on the list. All funny fellows, comic men and clowns of private life, they never would be missed, they never would be missed. Americans, when traveling, who are such adventurous folk, they only order hamburgers and wash them down with Coke. Oh, pardonnez-moi. I have more empty spaces left, but what is one to do? The task of filling up the list I'd rather leave to you. But it doesn't really matter whom you put upon the list, for they'll none of them be missed.
Amen.
They'll none of them be missed.
You put him on the list, you may put him on the list, and they'll none of them be missed, they'll none of them be missed. The list!
Now, take this list and hide it in a safe place.
We'll take the little list, we'll hide the little list, and it never will be missed, it never will be missed.
Pooh Bah, it seems that the festivities in connection with my marriage must last a week. I really want to put on the dog, so what do you think I should spend?
Well, who are you speaking to? First Lord of the Treasury? Lord Chamberlain? Chancellor of the Exchequer? Attorney General or Private Secretary?
Suppose we say private secretary.
Well, speaking as your private secretary, I should say that, seeing as how this is going picking up the tab, don't stint yourself. Do it well.
Exactly. That is your advice?
As your private secretary. But you understand that as Chancellor of the Exchequer, I am bound to see that your economy is observed.
Oh, but you just said don't stint yourself.
As your private secretary.
And then you said that your economy must be observed.
As Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Well then, come over here where the Chancellor can't hear us. Now, as my lawyer, how do you advise me?
As your lawyer, I would say, as long as you don't implicate me. Chancellor.
Thank you, I will.
If it were not that as Lord Chief Justice, I am bound to see no laws violated.
I see. Well, come over here where the Lord Chief Justice can't hear us. Now, as First Lord of the Treasury.
As First Lord of the Treasury, I could propose a special vote that would cover all the expenses. However, as leader of the opposition, it would be my duty to fight it tooth and nail. As Paymaster General, I could fix the accounts. So then, as Lord High Auditor, I would never discover the fraud. As Archbishop of Tlili Poo, it would be my duty to denounce my dishonesty and hand myself over into my own custody as Chief of Police.
That's extremely awkward.
You're telling me. But I don't want you to get the idea that all these high distinguished people couldn't be satisfied by the insult of a very considerable bribe.
Yes, well, I'll keep that in mind.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Pooh Bah, my bride and her sisters are coming. You know, any little compliment or any abject groveling characteristic Japanese attitude would be considered a big favor.
No money, no grovel.
One little maid, two little maids. Three little maids from school all week. But at school girl look at me. Till the men with girlish glee. Three little maids from school. Everything's a source of fun. Ski ba da dee da beep ba. Nobody's safe for we care for none. Dee da dee da dee da. Life's a joke that's just begun. Ba-da-bee-bop, ba-da-bee-bop. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school. Three little maids who all are married. Come from the ladies' seminary. We from Virginia to the Larry. Who do you know from Nagasaki? Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school. Little maids, three little maids. Three little maids, three little maids. One little maid is a bright yum-yum. Two little maids in attendance come. Three little maids is a total sum. Three little maids from school. From three little maids, take one away. Two little maids remain and they won't have to wait very long, they say. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school are we. But as a schoolgirl, look at me. Feel to the wind with girlishly. Three, two. Three little maids who all are married. Come from the ladies' seminary. We from the genius to the Larry. Three little maids. One little, two little maids. Little maids from school. Three little swinging maids from school. Yeah! You're not gonna kiss me in front of all these people.
Yes, well, that was the idea.
It seems odd, doesn't it?
Honey, it is odd. I wouldn't do it.
Oh, I expect it's all right. After all, you've got to start somewhere.
Well, I know nothing about these things, but I've no objection if it's usual.
It is usual. Eh, Lord Chamberlain?
I seen it done.
Thank goodness that's over.
Well, are you going to introduce me?
Oh, this is Germany's room.
Girls, one at a time, please. Yum yum.
Oh, this is the gentleman who used to play so beautifully on the second trumpet.
Sir, I have the great misfortune to love your word, yum yum. Oh, I know you're angry.
Angry? Not a bit, my boy. Why, I love her myself. Charming little girl, isn't she? Pretty eyes, beautiful hair. I'm glad to see my opinion backed up with such good judge of brides-to-be. Thank you anyway. Well, come along, girls. Goodbye.
Yum yum, At last, we're alone. I came because I heard Coco was condemned to death, but I find you're going to marry him this afternoon.
Yes!
But you do not love him.
No!
Yahoo! That's swell. Then why don't you turn him down?
What good would that do? He's my guardian. He's not about to let me marry you.
But I would wait till you were of age.
Besides, a wandering minstrel who plays brass instruments outside of tea houses is hardly a suitable husband for the ward of a Lord High Executioner.
But, shall I tell her?
You better, or we're going to be here all night.
What if I should prove that, after all, I am your musician?
There! I knew it from the moment I heard you play.
What if I should prove that, after all, I'm the son of His Majesty, the Mikado?
The son of the Mikado? But why is your highness disguised? And what has your highness done? And does your highness promise never to do it again?
Years ago, I made the mistake of captivating Kadisha, an older woman in my father's court. She misconstrued plain courtesy into an expression of affection and claimed me in marriage under my father's flirting law. My father, the J. Edgar Hoover of Japan, ordered me to marry her within a week or die. That night, I ran away, disguised as a second trumpet, when I joined the big band, and in which you found me.
You better not come too near. The laws against flirting are very severe.
But we're alone, and nobody can see us.
That doesn't make it right. We must obey the law.
Damn the law. If it wasn't for the law, how happy we would be.
Happy? Yes.
If it wasn't for the law, we'd be standing side by side like this.
Instead of being obliged to sit a half a mile off, like that.
We'd be gazing into each other's eyes, like this.
Breathing sighs of unutterable love. Like that.
With our arms around each other, like this.
Yes, if it wasn't for the law.
If it wasn't for the law.
As it is, we couldn't do anything of the kind.
Not for all the tea in Japan.
Being engaged to Coco, you know.
Being engaged to Coco. Were you not to Coco plighted, I would say in tender tone, loved one, let us be united. Let us be each other's own. I'd forget all rank and station. Worldly sneers are not to us. And to mark my admiration, I would kiss you fondly thus. I would kiss you fondly thus.
But as I'm engaged to Coco, to embrace you is a no-go. If someone sees us, it's no joke-o. Yet I touch you, I go loco.
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 Loco, 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 loco.
So in spite of all temptation, such a dream I won't discuss. And on no consideration would I kiss you fondly thus. Would I kiss you fondly thus? Let me make it clear to you, this is what I'll never do. This, oh this, this, oh this, oh this. This is what I'll never, 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 never do. This, oh this, oh this, oh this. This is what I'll never do.
He'll never do.
I'll never do.
He'll never do.
Oh this,
Is what
I'll
he'll
never, never do.
We mustn't be seen together. It's death that we're caught. Quickly, run! Well, run. Your shoes untied.
I'm wearing laces. Oh. There she goes. To think that my future happiness is wrapped up in that little bundle. Really, it hardly seems worthwhile.
Coco,
Now then, what is it? Can't you see I'm soliloquizing?
I have a letter
A letter from who?
from His Majesty, the Mikado.
The Mikado? What in the world can you have to say to me? It's in Japanese. Oh, we are Japanese. Ah, here it is. I thought it would come sooner or later. The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Tlili in over a year and decrees, that unless someone is beheaded within a month, the job of Lord High Executioner shall be abolished and the city reduced to rank of village.
That would ruin us all.
I'll have to execute someone at once, that's all. The only question is, who?
Well, it seems kind of unkind for me to say so, but seeing as how you're already under the sentence of death for flirting, everything's kind of pointing to you.
To me? I can't execute myself.
Why not?
Because in the first place, self-decapitation is an extremely difficult thing to attempt. And in the second, it's suicide, and suicide is a capital offense.
Oh, that's just detail.
Besides, I don't see how a man can cut off his own head.
A man might try.
Even cutting off half would be something.
It would be taken as a desire to obey the imperial will.
No, as official headsman, my reputation is at stake. I can't agree to beheading unless it's done perfectly. I am an artiste.
This professional conscientiousness is highly admirable, but it places us in a very awkward position.
The awkwardness of your position is grace itself compared with a man trying to cut off his own head.
I'm afraid that unless you can find a substitute.
Substitute? A substitute? Certainly. Nothing easier. Pooh Bah, I appoint you Lord High Substitute.
I second this.
This appointment would realize my fondest dreams, but at any sacrifice, I must decline. I am so proud if I allowed my family pride to be my guide. I'd volunteer to quit this sphere instead of you in a minute or two. But family pride must be denied and set aside, and mortified and mortified.
My brain it teems with endless schemes, both good and new, for Tlili Poo. But if I flip the benefit that I diffuse, the town would lose. Now every man to aid his clan must plot and plan as best he can.
I heard one day a general say the criminals who are caught in two can hardly feel a fatal seal, and so are slain without much pain. If this is true, it's jolly for you, your courage screwed to bid us adieu.
I am so proud
My brain
if I allow my family pride to be my guide. I'd volunteer to quit this sphere instead of you in a minute or two.
And so, although I'm ready to go, yet recollect we're disrespected, I neglect to thus affect the same direct. I can't accept.
And so, although I'm willing to go, to greatly pine and brightly shine and take the line of a hero fine and with design, I must decline.
And go and show what friend and foe how much you dare. I'm quite aware it's your affair, yet I declare I take your share, but I don't much care.
I must decline. I must decline. I must decline. I must decline. To sit in solemn silence in a dull dark dock, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. To sit in solemn silence in a dull dark dock, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. To sit in solemn silence in a dull dark dock, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. A dull dark dock, a lifelong lock, a short sharp shock, a big black block. Sit in solemn silence in a pestilential prison and awaiting the sensation from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. Chopper on a big black block.
Go away, beat it, I'll figure something out. This stinks. I allow myself to be saved simply to benefit Tlili Poo, and now I'm required to die within a month. Is this public gratitude? Is this what? Why am I never allowed to soliloquize?
Oh, go on. Don't mind me.
Okay. Is this... Wait a minute. What are you doing with that rope?
I'm about to terminate an unendurable existence.
Terminate your existence? What for?
Because you are going to marry the girl I love.
Oh, no. Pardon me, I can't allow that. If you attempt anything of the kind, I shall order your instant arrest.
If you attempt to raise any sort of alarm, I'll perform the act displayed.
No. My good sir, did you know that in taking your life, you're committing a crime which is substitute? Shh.
What's the matter?
Are you absolutely resolved to die?
Absolutely.
Will nothing change your mind?
Nothing. My mind is made up.
Then if you're absolutely resolved to die and nothing will change your mind, don't go spoiling yourself by committing suicide, but be beheaded handsomely at the hands of the public executioner.
Here's what we'll do. You let me marry Yum Yum, and in a month, you can behead me.
No. I draw the line at Yum Yum.
If you can draw the line, so can I.
Oh, wait. My good sir, how can I agree to you marrying Yum Yum if I'm going to marry her myself?
My friend, she'll be a widow in the month. You can marry her then.
I see, but my position over the next month will be rather unpleasant.
Not half as unpleasant as my position at the end of it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I suppose it's only putting the wedding off for a month. All right.
Yahoo!
Well, but you won't prejudice her against me, will you? You see, she's been taught to regard me as a good and wise man because I've educated her to be my wife. I'd hate to have all her views changed and all that.
Trust me, she'll never learn the truth from me.
Coco, we've come to find out what you mean to do with the Mikado's letter.
Congratulate me, I found a volunteer.
We're all saved.
It's Nanki Poo. He's agreed to give up his life if I give up Yum Yum.
What?
Only for a month, mind you.
That's true? Are we really to be married?
The itty-bitty thundercloud has passed away,
And Mr. Sun is gonna shine a dawning day.
and though the dark of night is falling much too soon,
But many years about to miss.
Then let the throng our joy advance, with laughing song and merry dance. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, inaugurate their brief career. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, with ringing cheer.
well, a month will pass in happiness and seem a year.
No heebie-jeebies now that you are here. Forget that in a month you'll have to change your tune. At least you'll have a happy honeymoon.
Then let the throng our joy advance, with laughing song and merry dance. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, inaugurate their brief career. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, with ringing cheer.
A toast to Nanki Poo. As in 1 month you have to die, if Coco tells us true, 'twere ample compliment to cry, long life to Nanki Poo. But as 1 month you have to live as fellow citizen, this toast of 3 times 3 we'll give, long life to you. Long life to you. Long life to you. Long life to you. Till then.
May all good fortune prosper you. May you have health and riches too. May you succeed in all you do. In all you do.
gonna claim my lover, Nanki Poo. He shuns the lights which never cloy. Come back here, old fool. Come back to joy.
Who's that?
That's the older woman I told you about. Look.
No, you shall not go. These arms shall thus enfold you. Oh, fool that flees our holy faith. All blind won't see is that I'm your maid. All rash that judges from half to whole. Oh, base that grudges, love's light is dull. Our heart on mine. Oh, fool, you blind. Give me my place. Oh, rash, oh, base. The heart on mine. Give me my place. Oh, fool, oh, blind, oh, rash, oh, base. Give me my place. Give me my place.
Oh, wait, don't prosecute your quest from our intentional expressed. You cannot turn us.
No.
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 For he's gonna marry.
Yeah.
He's gonna marry.
Yeah.
He's gonna marry.
Yeah.
He's gonna marry. Yum yum
Yum, yum.
yum yum
Yum, yum.
Marry, yum yum
Yum, yum.
You're really married, marry, and I think you would better. The state of your connubial views towards the person you accuse is not concerned.
Does not concern us.
You cannot turn
You cannot turn us.
He's gonna marry, yum yum.
Do not heed joy, just won't sound. For joy reigns everywhere around.
Dum
Dum,
dum dum
dum, dum.
Subject out where you meet down.
Dum, dum.
You come in a penny, you win a penny. The word for your guidance is mom. Hey, baby, won't you listen to me? Hey, come and join our expression of glee. For the lots of good fish to see, baby. Lots of good fish in the sea.
Do not heed joy, just won't sound. For joy reigns everywhere around. We do not heed joy, just won't sound. For joy reigns everywhere around. We do not heed joy, just won't sound. For joy reigns everywhere around.
The hour of gladness is dead and it's gone in silent sadness. I live alone, and the hope that I cherished all lifeless lies, and all has perished. All has perished, save love which never dies, which never, no, no, never, never dies. Whole faces one, this insult you shall rue. If they for mercy on your knees you'll sue, I'll tear the mask from your disguise. surprising. Do you know who this man really is?
Here it comes now.
Prepare yourselves for new surprising.
What are we gonna do?
He ain't no musician whenever job is being fitted you.
I've got an idea.
What?
Watch this.
He is the only son of your
Shakuni-sama.
Shakuni-sama.
Sushi Nagasaki.
Sushi Nagasaki.
Ode Benihana.
Ode Benihana.
Sake teriyaki.
Sake teriyaki.
Fuji okabuki.
Fuji okabuki.
Wiki wacky wookie.
Wiki wacky wookie. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
You think you're hot, but you will see. You have not got the best of me. You've taken me up and now you pay for what you think's a wedding day.
No more you angry out, our joy will soar despite your scowl. The echoes of our festival sure as triumphant over.
Prepare for war. Ye heart he made. At once I go to the Mikado against my way.
You go, how dare you scream and shout? Your purpose is low, so won't you pack up and get out? For we do not heed your dismal sound, for joy reigns everywhere around.
We do not heed your dismal sound.
For joy reigns everywhere around.
Do not heed your dismal sound. For joy reigns everywhere around. We do not heed your dismal sound. For joy reigns everywhere around.
The echoes of our festival sure I triumphant over us. Sure I triumph.
Sure eyes triumphant, triumphant over. Oh.
We do not heed your dismal sound. For joy reigns everywhere around. We do not heed your dismal sound. For joy reigns everywhere around.
We do not need your dismal sound.
Joy reigns everywhere around.
We do not need your dismal sound.
Joy reigns everywhere around.
We do not heed your dismal sound.
Joy reigns everywhere around.
We do not heed your dismal sound.
Joy reigns everywhere around.
We do not heed your dismal sound. For joy reigns everywhere around. We do not heed your dismal sound. For joy reigns everywhere around. Joy reigns everywhere. 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 Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, 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 joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, 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 joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, 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 joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, 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 joy. Joy reigns everywhere. 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 Joy reigns everywhere.
Yo! You ain't heard the last of me yet.
Shut your fly trap gas bag.
I'll get you back.
the supple tress, deck the maiden fair grace of her ladyship. Art and nature cannot be denied. Go to make a pretty bride. To make a pretty bride. Braid the raven hair, curl the supple tress, deck the maiden fair in her loveliness, paint the pretty face, rouge the coral lip, emphasize the grace of her ladyship. Art and nature cannot be denied. Go to make a pretty bride. To make a pretty
The sun whose rays are all ablaze with everlasting glory does not deny his majesty, but stands on fire before me. He won't be coy, a blushing boy, complete with childish whining, but fierce and bold in fiery gold, he glorifies his shining. I mean to rule the earth as he the sky. We really know our worth, the sun and I mean to rule the earth as he the sky. We really know our worth, the sun and I. Observe his flame, you icy dame, the moon's celestial highness. There's not a trace across her face of dividends or shyness. She borrows light that through the night mankind may all acclaim her. And truth to tell, she lights up well, so I for one don't blame her. Her parade, make no mistake, we are not shy. We're very wide awake, the moon and I. The whole world seems to smile at me. I'm to be married today to the man I love, and I'm the very happiest girl in all Japan.
It's too bad your happiness can't be complete.
What do you mean?
Well, it can't be denied that your husband is going to be beheaded in a month. That, in a way, is a drawback.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, he'll find it a drawback.
Not necessarily. It all depends, right?
I think it's mean of you to talk about it. If my married happiness is to be
Cut short?
cut short in a month, can't you let me forget about it?
Yum Yum and Tears, it's your wedding day, honey.
They've been reminding me that in a month you're to be beheaded.
Yes, we've been reminding her that you're to be beheaded.
It's quite true, you know.
A month?
Beheaded.
You, baby.
Now, some bridegrooms might find that fact depressing. A month? What's a month? Gosh, time is purely arbitrary. Who says 24 hours make up a day?
There is a popular impression to that effect.
We'll call each second a minute, each minute an hour, each hour a day, and each day a year. At that rate, we've about 30 years of happy marriedness before us.
Yeah, and at that rate, this little chat has gone on for 4.5 hours. I'm getting out of here before I get too old.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's the way to look at it. Let's not be sad. There's a silver lining to every cloud.
Let's be perfectly happy.
Let's thoroughly enjoy ourselves.
It's silly to cry.
Ridiculous. Brightly dawns our wedding day.
Joyous are we give thee greeting. Where, oh, where could you be fleeting? Fickle moment, prithee stay. Fickle moment, prithee stay.
Ne'er a victory was so hollow.
Pleasures come and sorrows follow.
Evening bells will chime along.
Ding,
Evening bells will chime along, chime along. Ding dong, ding dong. Yet until the shadows fall over one and over all.
swing a merry madrigal.
Swing a merry madrigal, swing a merry madrigal. Fa la 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 la, fa la la la, fa la la la, fa la la la, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. So go back to the Renaissance, go and take your chances.
Swing a merry madrigal.
Swing a merry madrigal, swing a merry madrigal. Fa la 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 la, fa 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 la 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 la. Fa la la la.
Oh, go on. Don't mind me.
I'm afraid we're upsetting you.
No, I've got to get used to it bit by bit. Begin by putting your arm around her waist. Yes, like that. Let me get used to that first.
When you like to leave, it must pain you to see us together.
No, I must take it like a man. Now, put her head on your shoulder.
Like that?
Yes, like that. Now, kiss her. Oh, it's torture.
Come on. Buck up. It's only for a month.
There's no use eluding ourselves with false hope.
What do you mean?
How do I break this to you? My child, my poor child. My bride that was to have been.
Was to have been?
Yes, for you can never be mine.
What?
I'm so glad.
Glad? Well, I just found out that by Mikado's law, when a married man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive with him.
Buried alive?
Yeah, buried alive. It's a rather unpleasant death.
But who did you hear that from?
Oh, from Pooh Bah. He's my lawyer.
But he may be mistaken.
So I thought. So I consulted the Attorney General, Lord Chamberlain, and Lord Chief Justice. They're all of the same opinion. I never knew such an agreement in law in all my life.
Wait, this law's never been enforced?
Yes, you see, flirting is the only crime punishable with beheading, and seen as married men never flirt.
Of course they don't. So I guess my dream of happiness is over.
Darling, I don't want to appear selfish. I love you with all my heart. I don't suppose I shall ever love another half as much. But I agreed to marry you. I had no idea I should have to be buried alive in a month.
Me neither.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
You see my difficulty, don't you?
Yes, if I make you carry out your promise to marry me, I doom you to a hideous death. But if I release you, you have to go and marry Coco at once.
Here's a how do you do. If I marry you, do. When your time has come to perish, then the woman whom you cherish will be slaughtered too. Oh, here's a how do you do. Here's a how do you do.
Here's a pretty mess, oh yes, in a month or less. Oh yes, I must die without a wedding. Let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Oh, here's a pretty mess, oh yes, here's a pretty mess.
Here's the state of things, to her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion. Burial it brings. Here's the state of things, here's the state of things. With a passion that's intense I worship and adore, but the laws of common sense we oughtn't to ignore. If what I say is true, 'tis death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty mess of howdy-do.
Here's a howdy do.
Here's a howdy do.
Here's a howdy-do.
For if what he says is true,
I say is true, I cannot marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty, pretty mess. Here's a how. My poor boy, I'm really sorry for you.
Thanks, I'm sure you are.
I can't conceive of anything more distressing than to have one's marriage cut off at the last moment. But you won't be disappointed of a wedding. You can come to mine.
That's awfully kind of you, but that's impossible.
Why?
Because today I die.
What do you mean?
I told you I can't live without Yum Yum, so this afternoon I perform the happy end.
Oh, no. Pardon me, I can't allow that.
Why not?
Why hang it all when you're under contract to die by the hands of the public executioner? Why, I shall have to be executed in your place. Psst. Now then, what is it?
The Mikado's approaching the city. He'll be here in 10 minutes.
The Mikado, he's coming to see whether his decree has been carried out. Now look here, this is getting serious. A bargain's a bargain. You really mustn't frustrate the ends of justice by committing suicide. As a man of honor and a gentleman, you are bound to die by my hands.
Very well then, behead me.
What? Now?
Certainly, at once.
Chop it off, chop it off.
My good sir, I don't go around prepared to execute a gentleman at a moment's notice. I've never even killed a fly.
Still, as Lord High Executioner.
As Lord High Executioner, I have an entire month to behead him. I'm just not ready yet. I'm going to take lessons. I mean to begin with the guinea pig and work my way through the animal kingdom till I come to a second trumpet. Oh, sorry. You don't think I would have accepted the job if I didn't think the duties were purely nominal, do you?
Come on now. We all have unpleasant duties at times. And I mean, if I don't mind, why should you? It must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Well, why should I kill you when making an affidavit that you've been executed will do just as well? Here are plenty of witnesses. Lord Admiral, Lord Chancellor, Commissioner-in-Chief, Secretary of State, and Lord Chief Commissioner, and they'll all swear to it, won't you?
You expect all us high officers of state You just lie like dogs?
We're talking cold, hard cash, Pooh Bah.
Just call me Fido. Ruff.
But I tell you, life without Yum Yum is impossible.
Oh, yum, 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 yum. I've heard enough about yum, yum. Fine, yum, yum, marry me, yum, yum. Only go away and never come back again. Ah, here she is now. Yum, yum, are you particularly busy?
Not particularly.
Have you got about 5 minutes to spare?
Yes.
Then, go with His Grace the Archbishop of Tlili Limerick, and he'll marry you at once.
But if I'm to be buried alive.
Now, don't ask any questions. Nanki Poo will explain later.
But one moment.
The Mikado, he's coming to say where his decree has been carried out. Now, you better go, or I'll have the greatest difficulty in he's being executed.
I'm here. Yo, chill out. A more humane Mikado never did in Japan exist. To nobody second, I'm certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my most humane endeavor to make to some extent each evil liver a running river of a harmless merriment. A 1, 2, 3, 4. My object all sublime I will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner pent unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. The smoking man who puffs like a chimney and don't care for ashes or toss. I'll tie the offenders to Oldsmobile fenders and let them inhale the exhaust. Colossal bores who read the whodunit, some lad that the butler's the crook. I'll give them a mystery by Agatha Christie with no final page to the book. The musical snob who thinks the Beethoven is the cat who was king of the hop. I'll tie him down to an Ellington sound and make him jitterbug jar till they drop. Now the gloomy gusses who see nothing but trouble and who mutter and moan all the day, I'll bash the boring beneath my flooring, tap my troubles away. My object of sublime I will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make each prisoner victim willingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. Let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime. Let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime. Let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime. The punishment fits the crime. Punishment fit the crime. Yeah!
Your Majesty, I've guessed the reason for Your Majesty's visit. The execution has taken place.
Oh, you've had an execution, have you?
Yes, a coroner's just handed me the certificate.
I'm the coroner.
And this is the certificate of his death? It's in Japanese. Oh, we are Japanese. At Tlili Poo, in the presence of the Lord Chancellor, Lord Chief Justice, Attorney General, Secretary of State.
They're all present, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
Very good, House. I wish I'd been in time for the performance.
A tough fellow he was, too. A man of gigantic strength. His struggles were something...
Fierce?
Fierce. He squirmed and struggled and begged for mercy. But I bared my big right arm and drew my Snickers snee.
All this is very interesting, but we came about a totally different matter.
Oh, what matter?
Well, a year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, ran away from our imperial court.
Was he... No kidding. Was he dissatisfied with his position?
Not at all.
On the contrary, I was going to marry him, yet he fled.
I'm surprised he would have fled from one so lovely.
That's not true. You think I'm not beautiful because my face is plain. Well, beauty is not only in the face to be found, it is true that my face is plain.
That's a fact.
My left shoulder blade holds a miracle of loveliness. People come from miles around just to see it. My right elbow holds a fascination that few can resist. And as for my circulation, it is the largest in the world.
And yet he fled?
Listen, you little shrimp!
He is now masquerading in this town as a second trumpet.
Second trumpet?
Yeah, he goes by the name of...
Nanki Poo.
Nanki Poo?
Nanki Poo. There's not much family resemblance. Can you tell me where he is?
That's quite easy. That is, it's rather difficult. Abroad? Yeah, he's gone abroad.
Gone abroad? His address?
His address? Tlili Poo? No, we're in Tlili Poo. It's either Little Rock or Sagatuck. I'm not sure which. He's in her cleavage. No, Cleaver. No, Cleveland.
What's the matter?
Look here! He's named Nanki Poo, beheaded this morning. Oh, where shall I find another?
Dear, my poor fellow. In your haste to carry out my wishes, you've beheaded the heir to the throne of man.
Oh!
Ah, come on now.
I had no idea.
Of course you hadn't. How could you? It wasn't your fault. If a man of exalted rank chooses to disguise himself as a second trumpet, he must be prepared to face the consequences. I've no doubt he thoroughly deserved all he got.
It's not like we could tell who the gentleman really was.
It wasn't written on his forehead.
That's a good one. Now, I forget the punishment for causing the death of the heir apparent.
Punishment?
I think it's something lingering with boiling oil.
Yes, it is boiling oil.
I think boiling oil occurs in it, but I'm not sure. I know it's something lingering, but humorous, with either boiling oil or melted lead. But come now, don't fret. I'm not a bit angry.
If your majesty will accept our assurances, we had no idea.
Of course.
I knew nothing about it.
I wasn't even there.
That's the pathetic part of it. Unfortunately, the fool of a law says causing the death of the heir apparent. There's no mention of a mistake.
No.
Or not knowing.
No.
Or having no idea.
No.
Or not being there.
No.
But there should be.
Yes?
But there isn't.
Oh.
That's the slapdash way in which these laws are written. Don't worry, I'll have it changed.
Yes?
Next session.
Oh.
Now, about your execution.
Your Majesty, I believe lunch is being served.
Oh. Well, after lunch suits you?
I believe we can wait until then.
Then after lunch it is.
I don't want any lunch.
Look, I'm really very sorry for you all, but it's an unjust world, and virtue is only triumphant in musical comedies.
You've got 7 courses to figure something out, and if you can't, coming your hooferness.
Well, this is a fine mess you've gotten us into. Well, we better not dwell on that now. There's only one thing to be done. Nanki Poo must come to life again. Ah, here he is now. Nanki Poo, I've got some good news for you. You're reprieved.
Oh, but it's too late. I'm a dead man, and I'm off for my honeymoon.
It appears I've some terrible news for you. You're the son of the Mikado, no?
Oh, yes, but that happened some time ago.
And he's here with Kadisha.
My father with Kadisha?
And she wants you.
Say that again.
But he's married now.
What's that got to do with anything?
Kadisha claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm already married. Therefore, she will insist on my execution.
And I will be buried alive. So you see your difficulty.
Yes. I don't know what's to be done.
There is one chance. If you could convince Kadisha to marry you, she'd have no further claim on me, and then I could come back to life without any fear of being put to death.
Good answer.
I marry Kadisha?
I really think it's the only way.
But have you seen her?
Oh, that's just her face. She has a left shoulder blade that's perfect.
And I hear that her right heel is much admired by many connoisseurs.
My good sir, I can't pin my heart on any lady's right heel.
Look, the bottom line is, while Kadisha is single, I'd prefer to stay a disembodied spirit. When Kadisha is married, I'll come miraculously back to life.
Here she comes.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Run.
Back you go.
No. Kadisha,
You who robbed me of my love. Why I oughta...
Kadisha, mercy.
Mercy? Did you show any mercy for him? See here, you have killed my love. Well, he didn't really love me, but he would have loved me in time. I'm an acquired taste. Only the educated palate can appreciate me. And I was educating his palate just fine when he left. It takes years to train a man to love me. And now you expect me to go the whole weary round again, and at the same time beg mercy for you, who robbed me of my prey? I mean my pupil? Oh, where shall I find another?
Here. Here.
Say what?
Kadisha, for years I have loved you with a white-hot passion that is slowly but surely consuming my very vitals. Don't shrink from me. I've tried tide of passions whose inner fires are broiling the soul within me. I dare not hope for your love, but I will not go without it, darling.
You, whose hands still reek of blood, you dare talk to me of passion, the woman you've done so wrong?
I do. Accept my love or I die on the spot.
Go ahead, Turkey. Nobody knows better than I do. Nobody ever died of a broken heart.
That's not true. On a tree by a river, a little tomtit sat willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And I said to him, Dicky bird, why do you sit singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow? Is it weakness of intellect? Birdie, I cried, or a rather tough worm in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. He slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And his cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And he sobbed and he sighed, and a gurgle he gave, and he plunged himself into the billowy wave. And an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Oh, willow, oh, 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 tit, willow, oh, 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 tit, willow, oh, 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 oh. Now I feel just as sure as my name isn't willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. 'Twas blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I will perish as he did, and you will know why. Though I probably shall not exclaim as I die, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow.
Did he really die of love?
He really did.
All on account of a cruel little hen?
Yes, it's a sad tale and quite true. I knew the bird well.
Did you? You must have been very fond of her.
Yes, his affections were something terrible.
And if I refuse you, you'll go and do the same?
At once.
No, you mustn't. Anything but that. I'm a silly little goose.
You are.
And you won't hate me because I'm just a little teeny weeny wee bit bloodthirsty, will you?
Hate you? Oh, Kadisha, is there not even beauty in bloodthirstiness?
My idea exactly. There is beauty in the bellow of the blast. There is grandeur in the growling of the gale. There is eloquent outpouring when the lion is a-roaring and the tiger is a-lashing of his tail.
Yes, I'd like to see a tiger from the Congo or the Niger, and especially when lashing of his tail.
Volcanoes have a splendor that is grim, and earthquakes only terrify the dolls. But to him who's scientific, there's nothing that's terrific in the falling of a flight of thunderbolts.
Yet in spite of all my meekness, if I have a little weakness, it's a passion for a flight of thunderbolts. If that is so, sing derry, dig down derry, it's evidently very a taste of one. Away we'll go and merrily get married, no tardily to tarry till day is done. There is beauty in extreme old age. Do you fancy you are elderly enough? Information I'm requesting on a subject interesting. Is a maiden all the better when she's tough?
Throughout this wise dominion, it's the general opinion that she'll last a good deal longer when she's tough.
Are you old enough to marry, do you think? Won't you wait until you're 80 in the shade? There's a fascination frantic in a ruin that romantic. You think you are sufficiently decayed.
To the matter that you mentioned,
Yes.
I have given some attention, and I think I am sufficiently decayed.
If that is so, sing derry, dig down derry, it's evidently very a taste of one. Away we'll go and merrily get married, no tardily to tarry till day is done. If that is so, sing derry, dig down derry, it's evidently very a taste of one. Away we'll go and merrily get married, no tardily to tarry till day is done. Sing derry, dig down derry,
Sing derry, dig down derry,
we'll merrily get married,
we'll merrily get married,
no tardily to tarry,
no tardily to tarry till day is done.
Man, that was a fierce lunch. I'm telling you, that southern fried sushi is what's happening. Anyway, have all the painful preparations been made?
Your Majesty, all is prepared.
Very good. Then produce the unfortunate gentleman and his two well-meaning but misguided accomplices.
Right now. Right now. They're just here. Mercy.
Mercy, mercy, mercy for Coco, mercy even for Pooh Bah, and for pity's sake.
I beg your pardon? I don't think I caught that remark.
That was mercy even for Pooh Bah.
And for pity's sake.
You see, I'm just cuckoo for Coco. I've just married this miserable, unworthy creature.
Oh, that didn't take very long.
We were married before the register.
I'm the register.
Oh, but you have slain the heir apparent.
The heir apparent is not slain.
Bless my heart, my son!
Daddy!
You have deceived me again. Chop it off, chop it off.
Yes, you are entitled to a little explanation, but don't you think he'd give a better whole than in pieces?
Thank you. You see, it's like this. It's true I said I'd killed Nanki Poo.
Yes, with most affecting particulars.
Thank you. When Your Majesty says, let a thing be done, it's as good as done. Practically, it is done. So when Your Majesty says, kill a gentleman, that gentleman is as good as dead. Practically, he is dead. And if he is dead, why not say so?
I see. Nothing could be more satisfactory.
The 80-bitty thundercloud has passed away,
And it's your time to sort of shine a dawning day.
and though the dark of night is falling much too soon,
With many, many years of passing you.
Then let the drum our joy advance, with laughing song and merry dance. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, inaugurate their new career. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, with ringing cheer.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Nanki Poo is married. Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Congratulations to all your relations and all relatives still to come. So drink a toast to Nanki Poo,
Yeah.
and lift a glass to Coco too. You won't forget it.
You won't forget
You
it.
might regret it.
You might regret it.
You married Kadasha and Yum Yum. Dum 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 dum. Whatever you said, you still got your head. That's better than nothing, old chum. But now it's time to end this show.
You know we really hate to go. I say good evening.
We say good evening.
'Cause now we're leaving.
'Cause now we're leaving.
I'm so glad you could come.
We do not want to let you go, but we have finished with our show. We do not want to let you go, but we have finished with our show. We do not want to let you go, but we have finished with our show. We do not want to let you go, but we have finished with our show. We do not want to let you go, but we have finished with our show.
Oh, sorry, shoot.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. To all of our students, thank you very much. Well done. I hope that you as the audience have certainly got as much enjoyment this evening as they certainly have appeared to get out of this production. To all of the teaching staff involved, to our musicians this evening, to our lighting, sound, and everyone involved, thank you very much. To our two transition year coordinators, Ona Healy from Ortsgolvwera and Brian O'Donoghue, and everyone involved, thank you. Safe journey home. Good night. God bless.
And let the throng of joy advance with laughing song and merry dance. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, inaugurate their new career. With joyous shout and ringing cheer, with ringing cheer.
Yum yum,
Yum yum,
yum yum,
yum yum.
Nanki Poo is married, yum yum,
Yum yum.
Congratulations to all your relations and all relatives still to come. So drink a toast to Nanki Poo, and lift the glass to Coco too. You won't forget it. You might regret it. You married Kadisha and Yum Yum. Dum 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 dum. That's better than old chum. But now it's time to end this show. You know we really hate to go. I say good evening, cause now we're leaving. I'm so glad you could come.
We do not want to let you go, but we have finished with our show. We do not want to let you go, but we have finished with our show. We do not want to let you go, but we have finished with our show. We do not want to let